Hello, Leo, and welcome to your June Love and Relationships reading. This is a collective reading for all Sun, Moon, and Venus placements in Leo, as well as Leo rising or ascendant. If you're not sure of your planetary placements, you can search the internet for free natal chart and enter your information. It'll produce that for you. I've pre-shuffled your cards, cleared the space, cleared your cards, and we're ready to begin your reading for June Love and Relationships. I'm going to pull 5 cards from the tarot deck, the Art Deco tarot deck, for the reading, and I'll pull more cards for clarification as necessary. And then at the end, I'll pull a card from the Crystal Spirits Oracle deck to sort of pull everything together. Okay, we're going to start with 2 cards that represent you and your person. So what we have here is the Knight of Swords, very energetic energy, and we have the 5 of Cups. Okay, the Knight of Swords is represented by Gemini. Swords are air energy. And the 5 of Cups is represented by Scorpio, water energy. We'll get more into this as we go. Okay, first we pull where your relationship is coming from. Okay, the High Priestess. What energy is currently existing in this relationship? What's between you right now? And we have the Knight of Wands. 2 knights. And then we have where you are headed. And that's the Queen of Swords. Okay. So Leo, this could be any air energy or anyone with planets placed in the air signs of Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. And although this is Scorpio, it could also represent anyone with planetary placements in Scorpio, Sun, Moon, or Venus, Scorpio rising. It could also represent other water signs. We'll see as we progress through the reading here. Other water signs would be Pisces and Cancer along with Scorpio. Okay, let's talk in general about what we're seeing and understand that that's going to change as we get some clarification cards. Also remember that because it's a general reading, use your intuition to figure out how this fits you, if it fits your situation. It could be that these are reversed. Maybe you have planets in Scorpio. Maybe you're a cross watcher. I'm not sure. Maybe the cross watcher, as a cross watcher, you're Scorpio. But I'm going to go from here because I'm feeling that this is you. And the swords energy that we're looking at right here represent the mind, decision-making, reasoning, thinking through. They represent communication, the intellect, along with truth. And especially the Queen of Swords. She probably manifests truth more than any other card in the sign. Knights love to go on a quest. They love a mission. We have 2 knights here. I think you're in the learning stages about each other. Your mission right now, you are trying to uncover information. You want to know why your other has such maybe a depressed, sad, or negative outlook on events and things. Your other has spilled. You can see that 3 cups are overturned. And that's all they can think about. They're ignoring the 2 cups here that are still doing fine, that are bountiful resources of love and emotion. They feel unsupported, but they have support right here. They're looking at mistakes they've made in the relationship, this or the past. Maybe they think that they just aren't good in relationships. They don't know what to do, but they have a very helpless mindset about love and relationships right now, or about opportunities, about the emotional support in their life. And they're just not picking up on what's still there for them. They're not focusing on the positive, and that's just attracting more misfortune to them, which in turn makes them feel like all is lost. They're helpless and they're hopeless. Okay, you want to know more about that. Let's find out about you first. This is hurting your relationship because Leo, you are generally an optimistic person. You're very optimistic, and you're straightforward. You don't have a lot of secrets. You're a fire sign. You're out there. Fire signs are out there. You're vivacious. You're strong. And you don't understand why this person is weak in the area of controlling their thoughts and looking at the whole picture. They're just not looking at the whole picture. Now, this high priestess is going to have something to do with that. We'll find out in a little bit. But more about you, Leo, and the situation that you're in. Okay, Leo, you believe that this could be a very positive relationship that can move forward to something permanent, to ultimate happy ever after type energy. And of course, relationships aren't like that. Once you reach, there's no pinnacle for a relationship in terms of what can be achieved. It's a process. It's always a process of work. But your belief is that this is going to be worth the work. And that's why you are determined. The Knight of Swords is the fastest moving knight of all the four knights. When they have a mission, they go after it. And you're looking for what shaped this particular trait of your other and why they're being so pessimistic. So this is why you're doing it. And that's because you see that your person not only as a wonderful romance. And yes, you were in the infatuation stage and you might have ignored some clues. But right now, you're in the stage of moving from infatuation to love. Because you believe that this could be true love here. And you're using, something has told you. Now, the reason we have the High Priestess card here is because we just went through a full moon eclipse about a month ago, and a couple of days ago, another full moon. Well, moons are about the hidden. Sometimes intentional secrets, sometimes just hidden things that were not obvious to you. But the full moon, you're starting to discover. All of us had a heightened intuition with the eclipse that happened a month ago. We were forced to look at some things that didn't work for us anymore, and whether we wanted to let go of those or not. And even if we didn't want to let go, the eclipse forced it. They made something about your approach to life or about your life situation so unworkable, so unpleasant, such a blockage that you realized you had to get rid of it. So now you're not in a comfort zone right now. Now your intuition is still working overtime because we had the full moon a couple of days ago. Where was that full moon for you? That full moon was in your 5th house of creativity, play, youthful spirit. It was in Sagittarius, which is another fire sign. So, and about joy and drama, about romance. So you had some insights about your romantic situation. And that's where you're coming from. But this influence, the eclipse influence, lasts for 2 to 6 months. So that's important there. And then the full moon that we had a couple of days ago, its influence is just now ebbing. Okay. So right now, your intuition is telling you something is wrong. That your person's pessimism about, can this relationship work? Look at what I've done that has harmed the relationship, without looking at, yes, you've still got something worth working for, worth moving forward for. And it has something to do with material resources, which includes bank account, income, investments, including people. If you work with people that are assets in moving your career or your job forward, then it represents them as well. And you've come forward. You're at the stage of 6s, which is harmony. You're very happy with your financial progress at this point, so much so that you're sharing. You feel like you're strong enough and secure enough that you can share your resources. And I'm not sure whether you've been in a situation where you're sharing with your other, besides whatever natural generosity comes within a strong relationship, but maybe more than that. We'll find out. I'll elaborate over here. But let's get one more clarification card for you. And we had the Six of Wands. Okay, the reason you're feeling so secure in your resources area is because you have indeed reached an area of expertise. You're recognized at work. Two sixes here. So you've got that harmony, that empowerment. You are empowered. In fact, you may be empowered in this relationship. Your person is feeling insecure, but you feel empowered because your life is more in balance. Do you see how this person is being celebrated and recognized and appreciated? You're feeling very secure with things. And because you are naturally, Leo, you're naturally optimistic. And you're also naturally kind and helpful, which is shown right here. And you're very caring, but you're also protective. And it could be that a dynamic has developed in your relationship where you are the protector and you feel like you need to protect this person from the misfortunes of the world because they're not looking at what can still be achieved and they're in a helpless mindset. So let's get more about your person right now and find out where that's coming from. And I'll get here to where your relationship's coming from in a minute. It comes because they see you as the Nine of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles is someone who is independent. They think that you don't need them. They're independent. They're very successful in the world. And they're very happy. You were happy with your singleness, your singlehood before your person came into your life. And that intimidated them. And they really don't feel like they've lived up to your expectations this so far. That's why they're in this mindset. Now, by no means, Leo, is it your job to get them out of this mindset. But if you feel like something in your behavior or your attitude is triggering that, let's find out more. Let's find out more about Leo and the Nine of Pentacles here and your other and the Nine of Pentacles. Because your person feels like a novice compared to you. Here's a page. Pages are novices. They love to learn. They have a very open mind and heart. Okay, if you want to trigger something to help your person start seeing you more realistically rather than this goddess of successful singlehood, if you want them to see you and this relationship in a more balanced way, then helping them adopt this, both of you can embrace the Page of Pentacles energy. Pentacles, earth energy, again, about your resources, your security, your environment. Pages are novices, they're learners, and because of that, they have an open mind and an open heart. And they're willing to take input from their environment, other people, so that they can reach mastery. As a matter of fact, some sources read the Page of Pentacles as the one most likely to reach ultimate kinghood. They want to learn so much about material resources and how to manage a kingdom, how to manage those resources for the good of all, that they are going, and they're ambitious, they're most likely to reach king status. One more. I'm trying to feel whether this is a recent development, if this is typical of your person, or if it's just a temporary derailment. Oh, okay. It's temporary. We have Spirit, the universe, God, offering a brand new start in the field of management of material resources. Okay, so yes, Scorpio, your Scorpio or Scorpio placement person was feeling like things were going fairly well, and then they met and were attracted to you. Okay, because you are so experienced in your work world, and you had achieved a certain status, and you were totally independent, and you don't need anyone in terms of surviving in this world. You're quite capable, because of that, although that's what attracted your person, it's also what is triggering their insecurities. And it seems like all they can focus on is what they've done wrong, either in the relationship or with what they know is important to you. And they know, Leo, that this, I'm sure you have earth signs. The people that this is, that are connecting with this, I'm sure you have earth sign placements, rising, Venus, Mars, or the moon. And they know that this skill you have is important to you. And what they're insecure about is, are you judging them by the standards that you judge yourself? They don't realize that Leo is, you are an extrovert. You're very much an extrovert. You love the limelight, and you're always getting praise for your status, what you've achieved, what you've accomplished. You get praise, you get celebrated, you get appreciated. And they have moved into such an introspective mood from their, wherever their full moon eclipse and powerful. The last full moon was extremely powerful because it was aligned with this huge gravitational force in space that heightened everyone's intuition. Well, Scorpio's already intuitive, and they've been picking up signals that they interpret as you don't need them. Okay, so let's move over here to the High Priestess. The High Priestess is the moon, and she's all about intuition. Well, Scorpio is also all about intuition, and it could be that they are very much relying on that rather than relying on the earthly realm of looking at what works and what doesn't, and looking for practical guidance. And they're only relying on intuitions that may or may not reflect reality. Now, look at yourself as well, because every relationship, it's a two-way thing. Perhaps because of where Scorpio is at this point, Scorpio or this water sign placement, because of where they are at this point, you might feel like, and also perhaps because they're open to guidance, you may have become a little bit invasive or intrusive regarding that guidance. Did it seem like you felt like your way was the right way and they needed to adopt? Well, that's not why this page is here. This page is here to clarify them, but it's also adjacent to you. You both need to become learners. You need to learn that there are many ways of achieving material success in this world. And your person, rather than allowing them to thwart themselves with a negative attitude toward their own inner soul, their own inner needs, both of you need to learn a way of managing your resources jointly through compromise, because you have this opportunity here. You have this wonderful opportunity. Let's go to this current energy between the two of you. Your current energy is the Knight of Wands. Okay, as I said, knights love to go on quests. Remember, that's your original energy here. And the Knight of Wands is fire energy. So I do feel like this person, and if it's Scorpio, they don't become the meek one easily, unless some planetary aspects are affecting the way they identify themselves. Where is your Venus right? Oh, your Venus is in Leo. Okay, yeah, everything's going right for you right now, Leo. In romance, in work, beauty makeovers, you name it. Beautifying your home, your environment, artistic pursuits. This is happening in your first house, the way you relate to other people, your appearance, your attitude. So it could be that you're just, without meaning to, you are an overwhelming force in this relationship. Scorpio may be feeling that it's all about you. They're asking, what can I contribute? And that's why this energy right here needs to be embraced. that both of you become learners about, money and sex. Those are the two things that people argue about the most in any relationship, and about outward display of affection. Well, Leo, you're very touchy-feely. Scorpios are not necessarily, they're not into physical touch. You may feel like your person has withdrawn. Now, if they're Pisces or Cancer, then yeah, they're touchy-feely. But you may feel like they're withdrawing from you. And if there's anything that Leo needs, Leo loves appreciation. You love being on the stage, and you love people showing how much they care for you. And not because you're needy, it's just because the stage is your home. And we're fine with that, because Leos are good on the stage. You liven up our lives. But Scorpio may have let this become more prominent than was healthy for your relationship. So here, as the Knight of Wands, you need to accept as your mission, not just finding out the truth about your relationship, using your intuition as well. Your intuition was heightened as well. But you need to find out more about how to inspire, and how to use planning and design to help your person and you embrace this learner energy together, to keep open hearts and open minds, so that you can have a new start with regards to how you approach the management of resources, which apartment to move into, which house to buy, what big expenditures you're willing to fork over for, what utility bills, where to set the air conditioner. A million different things get in the way of harmonious management. Right now, you're all about having it your way. And I think it's just because you may have been in between relationships for a while, and you're successful, so you think, why not? If I've got the money, why can't I turn the air conditioner to what I want it to be, or the heat up, or why can't I upgrade my internet, or just little things pile up. Okay, so your mission, the mission for both of you, is to use this page energy to find out what can bring your relationship back to where it needs to be. Okay, I'm going to, let me pull some clarification cards for this Knight of Wands, the current energy between the two of you. Cut. Current energy. Oh, Hanged Man. Okay. While this is happening, while you're working on and planning how to move this relationship out of whatever stagnation has occurred, and how you want to redefine your role, how Scorpio or your water sign wants to redefine their role, then you are both going to be in a holding period. Do you see this golden orb around the Hanged Man's head? And by the way, these are not gender specific. I just respond to the images on the cards. They could be either gender. And like I said, the roles may be reversed. But this Hanged Man is taking some time out. This is a timeout card. They're looking at things from different perspectives. Your intuition is telling you that, oh, I didn't know I was coming across this way. I need to back off and let my person's energy come forward in the relationship, so that they feel as empowered as I have been feeling. So you're taking a step back, and you're going to let the page, this learner energy, come forward. It's going to become more prominent. Okay, let's find out more. The Hanged Man. Oh, yes, of course. Okay, the Knight of Page. Because once you take all those different perspectives and you become enlightened, because the two of you are using your intuition to learn about each other, you're picking up signals about each other, you're just learning, what each other's love language is. You're learning what makes your other feel loved, each other feel loved. You're learning what makes each other feel like the relationship is moving forward. And you're doing that through little messages and signals that happen as any relationship progresses. Okay? So when you take time out, and you're taking many, you're saying, okay, your person is saying, okay, so that's why she feels so secure, because she struggled for so long and she was so insecure that now, after these successes at work or with her investments, now she feels comfortable for the first time. And so her emotions in that direction are heightened. And then you're saying, okay, so your person felt like they made some mistakes in the past, either in relationships or in the way their relationship to themselves, and they disappointed themselves. And it's hard for them to look here. They've got a mindset right now that the default is this rather than this. And you're saying, okay, well, that's hard to climb out of. We need to talk about how your person can be triggered to rely on this mindset more, to develop and then rely on this mindset more. Okay? So you're suspended right now in your relationship. You're both learning. But then once you're past the learner stage, and once you've learned enough about each other that you feel comfortable with each other's style, and you know that this relationship is worth working on, you're going to be ready to charge forward. The Knight of Pentacles is the second fastest knight in the deck, and that you are going to be ready to charge forward with the management of mutual resources, so that you can make decisions where every time you want to choose something a little more upscale, your partner doesn't feel like, oh, sure, she can afford it, or she's secure, she's got a future in her job, but I'm just starting out in business, or I don't know yet. Here's your new start right there. Okay, so let's find out more about where you are headed. And we have the Queen of Swords here. Okay. Now I want you to remember, you, Leo, are envisioning a happily ever after future with your person. Okay, Queen of Swords energy will dominate. Queen of Swords is about communication and truth, clarity. And that's where the two of you will be headed once you are using your intuition, your awareness of, your growing awareness of what works for the other person. And how is that going to happen? It's going to happen because you know that you will find out, or if you already know, that relationships are a process. They're about life balance. It's never over. There will always be conflicts, and you both will see that, because this page wants to learn about communication. What do they say? That 80% of the problems in any kind of interaction are about communication, or they start with communication. The problems started with poor communication, or successes start with effective communication. And the two of you are going to continue in the future in this direction. One more clarification card here for your future. You are headed, yes, okay. Do you see the conflicts? Fives are about conflicts, but this is not the Five of Swords where you fight dirty. You're going to fight fairly and play, somewhat in play, but you're going to be willing after the play battle, because you can see in the traditional deck, these gentlemen are youths and they have more open expression. But the wands are not serious fights that damage relationships. You're going to have conflict, but because you know to work on communication and truth, these conflicts are going to strengthen your relationship. Your person is going to move out of this phase. This is a temporary phase. You are headed toward a new start, and you may have already started. You may have already begun this new start here, but you're headed toward this, and you continue to work on your relationship, on the communication, two-way communication, and being flexible, being reliable, supporting each other. Then this is going to be your happily ever after card. Okay? Okay, well, let's pull you a crystal oracle card and see if there's anything that we've missed that Spirit was trying to tell us, or something that Spirit just wants to emphasize for your current relationship. And we're getting Nuamite. Now, actually, that looks ominous, doesn't it? I've never pulled that card before. Let's see what number 38 is about. Number 38. Nuamite is about achieving self-mastery, inner power, recovering your sense of self. So you have achieved self-mastery in this current cycle that you're in, and your person is going to be working on that with your support, because that's what relationships do. Okay, that's the essential meaning, and let's look at what it means for relationship. When it comes to your relationships with others, building trust and intimacy is a process. Exactly. Practice leads to results. For repetition develops skills. And that's what your page knows. Both of your pages know that, okay? Both of your pages know that learning means practice. Good practice makes progress toward perfection. Just as you engage in a dance with a partner, leading and following, stay present in the moment, listening to signals and cues. Okay, boy, this is an effective oracle card. Listening to signals and cues and being clear. Clarity, the swords, being clear about what you need and desire, and then also listening to what they need and desire. Yes, toes will get stepped on here and there, but it's how you and your partner deal with the inevitable missteps that allows you to develop a closeness that can stand up to even the biggest challenges. And that brings us back to your rainbow Ten of Cups here. Practice, practice, practice. Practice your communication. Practice being open-minded and open-hearted as a learner. And soon it will be second chance or second nature to express yourself in relationships in ways that affect or reflect your highest aspirations for love. For the love that you want to show up for others and what you want to experience. Cultivate love through practicing being loving. That was a perfect ending to your reading, Leo. And that is all I have for you today. I hope that you were able to connect, find some insight or enlightenment to guide you through your relationship this month of June. I'm going to be posting another reading this week. I'm not sure what about yet. It'll be this weekend. And if you did connect, if it does fit your situation and the reading helped, please give the reading this channel a thumbs up and subscribe if you like. And I look forward to reading for you again. Thank you so much.